Are you ready to find out how you can make over $1,000 a month on the side? 10 side hustles you can start right now. Welcome to Xlani, where we provide you with education and inspiration to help you in your journey towards financial freedom. Creating wealth to some people is having more than what you need. But here at Xlani, we start with a beginner's mindset. Brain bites to the affluent, knowledge to the aspiring. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get straight to the video. For today's video, we'll be talking about 10 side hustles you can do to earn some extra cash while we're still on lockdown. So let's dive right into business. First of all, know that a side hustle is essentially like a part-time job. While you have your full-time job paying most of your bills, you might be in need of some extra cash for your business. That's precisely where the side hustle comes in. To kickstart your side hustle, first you need to make a list of things you're interested in doing. If you don't have a passion, let's say creating sites with WordPress, doing graphic design, freelance writing, arts and crafts, or even video editing, then it'll be harder to pursue this side hustle in the long term. However, all side hustles aren't limited to freelance businesses, as we'll see today. And in times of lockdown, having some extra cash on the side has never hurt anyone. So let's begin with our countdown on 10 side hustles you can do right now for some extra cash. 10th place, dropshipping. The first side hustle we'll recommend to you today is the dropshipping business. It's considered one of the best side hustle job ideas as it allows you to sell products to customers from a digital shop or Shopify without having to buy inventory. Normally, you'd need to buy a lot of items or invest large sums of money to open a digital shop. But with dropshipping, you're skipping all these processes and instead getting straight into the cash making. To start dropshipping, you don't need to have a big seed capital or startup budget. Instead, a manufacturer or seller of a specific item sends it to your customer for you. You're only in charge of marketing and doing customer service. In essence, you're sort of a sales representative without the title. This alternative is great for those with a marketing background that want a side hustle that involves reaching out to others. While many think that during quarantine or lockdown, dropshipping might not be a good idea, the truth is, there are many alternatives which you can do to start dropshipping without posing any danger. You can sell interesting machines, kitchen equipment, or even makeup. 9th place, affiliate marketing. In our 9th place, we have affiliate marketing, which is another side hustle that has a lot to do with the marketing field. If you have a lot of followers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube subscribers, or even a lot of traffic in a blog, then you can partner with a bigger brand to provide them with links on your site towards their own. You're basically promoting products that you like using yourself to other customers who might also like them, and the brand will pay you for keeping these links on your site or your channel and driving customers there. Doesn't that just sound amazing? This one might be a bit difficult if you don't have a channel in which you can promote your items, though. Anyway, let's move on to the next place. 8th place, freelancing. In the 8th side hustle on our list, we have freelancing, one of the most growing fields in following years, and also one of the most diverse and well-known side hustles in the world. Freelancing consists in providing work based on gigs given to you by companies, brands, or independent contractors that need to have a service done for them, or require outsourcing. Let's say this big company needs a new graphic designer, and they enjoy your work online but don't want to hire you for the long term and only to do a specific set of jobs. This is what's called a gig. And when you sign up for it, you'll start providing this company with your designs in this case, and they'll pay you for that. The best part of this is that you can freelance with whatever makes you feel passionate, and it can end up being your full-time job if you really like it. 7th place, blogging. Next up, we have blogging, which relates a lot to affiliate marketing from our 9th place. Blogging is perfect if you enjoy writing about a specific topic. Though you don't need to be a good writer or even a good one if you want to start blogging, you can easily hire content writers online. With blogging, you choose a specific niche that you enjoy talking about, let's say cooking. You start posting your recipes and maybe some videos here and there on how to bake cookies, cakes, and other baked tasties. Soon, many people start following your blog, subscribing to your email list, and generating traffic. Once big brands notice this, you'll be able to monetize your blog, and it allows you to add affiliate links, sponsored posts, or even sell your own items online. Blogging is more like a mother side hustle, as it can generate money from Google AdSense, but can also open your opportunities for more digital side hustles that we'll talk about in the next places. Sixth place, online courses and webinars. In sixth place on our list, we have online courses and webinars. If you have a blog or are an expert at something, you can create your own online course on a topic you want to help others become experts about. Let's say you're good at writing, and you create this kick-ass course in which you teach other aspiring and professional writers how to write better for their clients. Once you get some good testimonials and reviews, provided your content is good enough to deserve being paid for, then the money will begin to flow in. To start an online course, you might require a camera, a microphone, or other types of equipment that helps you record. Fifth place, creating a YouTube channel. This one might take a little bit more time than the others. However, some of the most famous YouTubers not only make a living from posting videos on their channel, but have reached the coveted six-figure income range from their online hustling. You can also incorporate your YouTube channels with sponsored videos and affiliate links to earn more money, or even sell your own products like online courses through there. Fourth place, sell your merch. If you're a particularly crafty person or can come up with some amazing designs for t-shirts, mugs, or other types of products, you can begin an online store and sell your merch through there to make some cash. It works by shipping the product you want to deliver to others, and they can pay for the shipping and the price you put on your Shopify. You can also sell your merch through your YouTube channel, your blog, your Instagram page, and sites such as Etsy and Amazon. Third place, ebooks. Ebooks are dominating the online marketplace due to how easy it is to publish them on Amazon, Kobo Books, or even through your own website. If you're particularly good at something, or maybe you want to write some amazing novel or short story collection, write up your first ebook. This will also help you reach out to more people and lead them to your website, channel, or platform, which is how it all eventually fits together in the grand scheme of things. Second place, flipping. Flipping means buying something and selling it at a higher price. Maybe you can snag some exclusive brand item from an online shop such as Essence, Farfetch, or StockX and resell it at higher prices through your online shop or even on the same websites once that item runs out of stock. Sneaker flipping, which consists of buying expensive shoes, is a good example of flipping. First place, virtual assistant. A virtual assistant is an assistant who works in a remote location, as opposed to a company's office. They can help with tasks such as administration, social media, bookkeeping, and more. There's been a growing demand for virtual assistants from business owners who need help on various projects. Online entrepreneurs with a very fast-growing platform are in need of virtual assistants to help them manage their sales, social media, or customer service. If you happen to be good at these areas, then this might be the side hustle for you. Sign up for virtual assistant sites online and learn how to become one. While these times can make it hard for worldwide economies everywhere, it's also a good time to start developing your online side hustle and make money from your expertise. You'll feel great by reaching out to others and providing them with solutions for their problems. So, it's a nice time to begin working on fulfilling that dream. What did you think of these side hustle ideas? Have you had any personal experience with them? Let us know in the comments. And now that you're here, if you enjoyed our video, don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe to Xlani for more amazing content like today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Barack Obama. Creating wealth to some people is having more than what you need, but here at Xlani, we start with a beginner's mindset. Brain bites for the affluent, knowledge for the aspiring. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now let's get straight into the video. Hello out there to all my aspiring millionaires, and welcome back to the Xlani channel. In this video, we will be exploring 5 things that you can do to change your life in 1 year. 1 year, or 365 days, seems like a long time, but you sleep on average 8 hours per day. That is 2,920 hours, or 122 days. Therefore, you only have 243 days left, which does not exclude the time spent working, along with time spent doing other personal things. A year isn't sufficient time to change your life without staying focused, hard work, consistency, and determination. So, if 1 year to you seems like a long time, here comes the harsh reality. It's not. Here are a few suggestions to help you become a better version of your current self in 1 year. Number 1. Remove negative people from your life. Negative people can be harmful to your state of mind and your sense of self. You can avoid getting sucked down by negative people in your life by first identifying them and then by taking steps to create distance and space from them. It's been said that one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch. It's usually easy to identify that negative Nancy or Debbie Downer who wreaks havoc on your morale. Their bad attitudes, catastrophic thinking, and discouraging outlooks can infiltrate the ranks and spread like an epidemic. When listening to a negative person complain, your brain in turn tries to recreate the emotions and feelings of the situation in order to be able to relate to the person. Being around negative people will negatively affect your mental state because negativity rewires your brain, leaving you feeling depressed and anxious. The relationship between mind and body is stronger than you think, so beware of negative people. Number 2. Stay committed to your goals. Setting goals is the first step in making your aspirations real, as they give you a sense of purpose, a vision to work towards, and a direction to move in. Staying committed to something, anything, can be downright difficult. Life just seems to get in the way, doesn't it? Whether it's people, things, or situations, wavering in our commitment has become the norm rather than the exception. Success requires discipline, hard work, perseverance, tenacity, will, courage, and faith. It doesn't matter if your goal is big or small. What's important is that it should matter to you, excite you, and get you in the action mode. When you give yourself goals that you're passionate about, commitment comes in leaps and bounds. It helps you stay focused longer, work harder, and thus takes you closer to your goals. In order to change your life, you need to take the time out. Set both long and short-term goals that will improve the quality of your life. Stick to them, and you'll be on your way to changing your life in 1 year and being a better version of yourself. Number 3. Learn from all the mistakes. A manager was asked the question if he would fire a good employee that made a one-time mistake that cost the company $20,000. His reply was no, because he spent $20,000 to train him. Some mistakes are expensive, you just have to live with them. A smart man makes a mistake, learns from it, and never makes that mistake again. Roy H. Williams. No one is immune to making mistakes. We are all human. When we don't learn from our mistakes, we inflict unnecessary stress on ourselves and on others, and we risk losing people's confidence and trust in us. Learning from mistakes is the best way to reframe your future, as it makes no sense to cry over spilt milk. You can't change the past. It's best if you evaluate the situation, own the mistake immediately, look for the positive outcomes, and then take the steps to minimize or eliminate its reoccurrence. Don't think with your emotions. Instead, use logic and common sense. Detach yourself from the problems and research solutions. Problems suck, and you are not special. No matter how bad you are in the situation, someone has been there before. Only focus on things you can control. Remember, only a fool learns from his own mistakes. The wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Number 4. Build relevant skills. It's never too late to learn something new. Learning new skills can significantly improve your mental and physical state of being. Each person has a different skill set depending on their interests, natural abilities, personal qualities, and technical skills. Skills can expand your professional competency and allow you to perform your job well. Whether it's skills relating to your interpersonal and personality traits like communicating, time management, or leadership, or some form of technical and expertise skill such as accounting, data analysis, or graphic design, which can put you one step ahead in the queue of the competitors. Building relevant skills is the best way to give your life a new path. With new and mastered skills, you can explore faster ways to achieve your goals. By constantly building relevant skills, you can turn your weaknesses into strength. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. So choose to learn, and you'll be on your way to changing your life in 1 year. Number 5. Invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is one of the most profitable investments you ever make, whether it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. It yields not only future returns, but frequently has a current payoff as well. The surest way to achieve a better life, to be successful, productive, and satisfied, is to place a priority on investing in both personal and professional growth. The effort you put into consistently investing in yourself plays a large role in determining the quality of your life now and in the future. An investment in yourself is an investment in your future. Whether it's investing in learning a new skill, developing yourself personally or professionally, tapping into your creativity or hiring a coach, exercising, reading a book, keeping a journal, attending seminars, or learning a new skill you need to give yourself before you can give it to others. It is our responsibility to take the time to develop our gifts and talents so we can best serve others. Investing in yourself is an example of self-love. You must love yourself before you can expect others to love you. Investing in yourself truly makes a difference in your life, your well-being, and your ability to thrive and perform to the best of your ability. The extent to which you invest in yourself, mind and body, not only shapes the way you interact with the outside world, it often reflects the opinion you have of yourself. Your future is in large part determined by your willingness and ability to invest in yourself now. That's our version of 5 ways to change your life in 1 year, and for sticking it out with us to the end, here's a bonus point. Number 6, be humble. Change your attitude and you change your life. You cannot control what happens to you in your life, but you can always control how you respond to it. The way you choose to respond is a reflection of your attitude. By changing your attitude, you also change your perspective and change your life. Roy Bennett. Humility is an underrated quality and isn't spoken about quite often enough. It is something mentioned heavily in religious texts, and it may seem a little old-fashioned, but it's a quality that is definitely necessary in this day and age. Being humble in any situation allows you to dominate the outcome, and this is the best quality of a successful person. Humility has the same effect as a positive change in your life. Higher levels of humility have been associated with a higher sense of life purpose, health benefits, increased workplace harmony, longer-lasting marriages, increased understanding in friendships, and greater generosity, all of which contribute to stronger communities. The more things change, the more they remain the same. But if you don't change, then nothing changes. That wraps it up for our list of 5 ways to change your life in 1 year. What did you guys think of the list? Do you have any ideas for changes you think are necessary? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe to see more content on financial education and growth. If you're going to start the journey of changing your life, comment "change" down below and we will definitely give you a shout out in the next video. Xlani is dedicated to education and inspiration for all those on the journey towards financial freedom. We offer brain bites to the affluent, knowledge for the aspiring. See you next time.
10 sacrifices you have to make to become rich. Creating wealth to some people is having more than what you need. But here at Xlani, we start with a beginner's mindset. Brain bites to the affluent, knowledge to the aspiring. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get straight to the video. Accumulating wealth is one of the most common aspirations for people. If you ask people what they would wish for if they had a magic lamp, invariably almost everybody would want lots and lots of money. The desire for instant monetary success is so powerful that the internet is bombarded with all kinds of get-rich-quick schemes that like to prey on people's vulnerability when it comes to financial security. However, like anything else in life, accumulating wealth involves diligence, hard work, and ultimately some sacrifices. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down 10 sacrifices you'll have to make on your journey towards wealth. Number 1, live below your means. When the poor and middle class get some extra money, they're more likely to spend it on frivolous goods than their upper class counterparts. A classic example of this can be seen when looking at the difference between a young Jay-Z versus Jay-Z nowadays. When he was young and had a net worth of around $100,000, he was adorned with huge, luxurious gold chains, enormous diamond rings, and all designer clothes. Nowadays, with his net worth close to $1 billion, his look is rather plain. Spending less than what you earn is one of the things rich people do in their journey toward accumulating wealth. So instead of spending on things that instantly depreciate like a bigger house or a sports car, you'd be better off downsizing to a smaller apartment and driving a basic domestic coupe. Number 2. Stop buying things, start buying assets. We invite you to do a little social experiment. Ask your friends and family what they would do if they were instantly granted $1 million, cash in hand. You'll likely hear answers such as, I'd buy a new car, a new house, a new laptop, and get a new wardrobe, etc. What you're less likely to hear is, I'd make investments. I'd buy stocks, bonds, or invest in real estate. One of the biggest mistakes that the poor and middle class make is spending their money on gadgets instead of investing their money into assets. An asset, simply put, is something that earns you money instead of taking money out of your pocket. You could buy a boat, which is referred to by the rich as a hole in the water you throw money into, or you could buy stocks that will appreciate over time. Delaying your gratification is essential on the quest toward riches. Number 3. You have to dedicate yourself to learning. Financial IQ is probably the most essential aspect of becoming rich. Unfortunately, it's not a skill that's taught in school. Schools are designed to teach people how to become good employees so that they can have job security. But they don't teach things like risk management, how to invest, how to do accounting, how to read markets, or how financial laws work. If you're truly invested in accumulating wealth, you're going to have to dedicate yourself to learning. Not only do you have to educate yourself on the intricacies of finance, but you also have to invest time into understanding yourself. Having a deep awareness of your flaws and strengths is an invaluable tool that will help you identify potential problems and help define a clearer path for you to take. Therefore, if you want to be rich, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of time towards studying and learning. Number 4. Surround yourself with goal-oriented people. This will not be easy for a lot of people to accept, but the fact of the matter is, who you hang out with speaks volumes about your character. The fact of the matter is, if you're surrounded by people who are lazy or do just enough to get by or complain about their problems instead of taking responsibility for them, those negative characteristics will seep their way into your outlook. It's a difficult thing to come to terms with, but you may have to cut out people in your life. If you want to become wealthy and successful, you have to surround yourself with wealthy and successful people. You can also choose to hang out with people in similar situations like your own, but who share your passion and desire to accumulate wealth and financial freedom. So instead of sitting in a bar listening to your financially inept buddy complain about his wife, you should be sitting at home with your friend discussing what business ventures you guys can invest in together. Number 5. Cut out distractions. There's no denying that in 2020, we're constantly being bombarded with media. With television, YouTube, social media, blogs, and Facebook, we're incessantly presented with opportunities to procrastinate. However, the unfortunate reality is that these distractions are the enemies of success. Instead of binge watching your favorite series on Netflix, you could be balancing your checkbook, reviewing your finances, and looking for new investments. Instead of spending hours getting into political arguments with your family on Facebook, you could be reading books to increase your financial acuity. The fact is, watching Gilmore Girls isn't going to help you on the road towards financial freedom. Limit these distractions in your life and focus on your goals, and you'll see yourself and your bank account reap the benefits. Number 6. Learn to thrive on stress. Some people fold under pressure. Other people thrive on it. The misconception when it comes to this is that these are innate traits rather than learnable skills. In reality, the opposite is true. Learning how to manage, deal with, and weaponize stress to your advantage is one of the secret ingredients to accumulating wealth. Let's face it, life is stressful, and when it comes to finances, things can be particularly so. Therefore, it's especially important not to fold under that pressure. Stress is a natural and unavoidable part of life, in every aspect, not just monetarily. Learning how to direct that energy towards something positive instead of being overwhelmed by it will help you immensely on your road towards success. Number 7. You'll have less time for your family. Getting rich takes a lot of time and effort. There's simply no way around it. If you're dedicated to accumulating wealth, your social life will have to suffer. Going out and spending money at the clubs with your friends might feel good in the short term, but in the long term, it'll be yet another roadblock on the road to financial freedom. Managing your family life can be especially tricky when trying to become wealthy. It may be that you have to see less of your friends and family so that you can put in the hard hours of work necessary for success. However, it can help to think of it as a delayed gratification. If you work harder now, you'll have the financial stability and freedom to spend as much time with your family as you want in the future. Number 8. Stability is an illusion that prevents wealth accumulation. The rich don't become rich by playing it safe. Becoming wealthy involves taking risks. Stability is super appealing, in fact, being the thing that most people strive towards. But perhaps that's the reason why most people don't retire as wealthy individuals. Risk can be a scary thing, but it can be mitigated with smart planning and execution. At some point in your life, you're going to be met with an opportunity that may make you a wealthy person. Most people are too afraid to risk it. That's what separates the hyper-successful from the average. People tend to view investments as a gamble, and if you go into it blindly, then you are gambling. But if you measure the risks and do your due diligence, it isn't a gamble, it's a calculated risk. Learning the difference is key when trying to become wealthy. Number 9. Stop trying to please everyone. This is a great life skill to have even outside of the financial world, but it's especially necessary on the road towards wealth. Not everyone will understand your motivations. They may see your attitude as being cold, rude, or somehow toxic. The fact of the matter is that it's impossible to please everyone and unrealistic to expect everyone to like you. Along the way, you're going to have to make decisions that some people won't like or understand. Accepting this will make the journey to success much easier. Number 10. Pride comes before the fall. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Learn from them. Often people's egos and sensibilities can interfere. Many people are afraid of making mistakes, and this is reinforced in traditional schooling, where we are penalized for making mistakes. However, the only way to truly learn is by making mistakes. If you become too prideful, too arrogant, too unwilling to accept your faults, then you'll cease to learn. And as stated earlier in this list, learning is probably the most essential aspect of becoming wealthy. Don't let your pride get in the way of your financial gains. There's always something to learn and improve upon. Getting a big head will only cloud your judgment. Stay clear-headed, focused, and humble, and success will follow. That wraps up our list of the 10 sacrifices you'll need to make to become rich. What'd you think of the list? Do you have any ideas for sacrifices you think are necessary for financial gain? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe to see more content on financial education and growth.
How is wealth created? Creating wealth to some people is having more than what you need, but here at Xlani, we start with a beginner's mindset. Brain bites for the affluent, knowledge for the aspiring. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now let's get straight into the video. Most people dream of being wealthy someday, but it's to spend more time with their family, or maybe it's to be able to call their own shots and control their own destinies. But unfortunately, the harsh reality is that most people will never become wealthy. And that's because most people have no clue about how wealth works and what it takes to be wealthy. School never prepared us for such a thing. It only prepared us to become good employees, and if you were not taught about wealth at home, chances are you were still clueless about it. But do not despair, because you are at the right place to take matters into your own hands. In this video, I am going to show you how wealth is created and also how you can make more wealth for you and your family. Here at Xlani, we are always uploading videos with educational and inspirational content for you on your journey to financial freedom, and without any further ado, let's get right to the cool stuff. Before we dive deep into how wealth is created, we must first define the term wealth. I promise you I won't get too metaphysical here. But this is important because each and every person has their own definition of wealth. Maybe you think being wealthy is living life on your own terms, or maybe you think it is making truckloads of money. But for the sake of this video, we are going to use the definition of wealth I got straight from Investopedia, which defines wealth as the accumulation of valuable resources and goods. So as long as you are accumulating money and valuable assets, you are getting wealthy. Simple as that. And now, with that out of the way, let's talk about how wealth is created and also how you can maximize your personal wealth. Number 1, work. Well, the first thing to create wealth is work. I know this is probably not what you wanted to hear if you'd like to escape the 9-to-5 grind and leave the rat race for good. But trading your hours for money is still the most reliable way to create wealth for yourself, especially if you are just starting out on your wealth building journey. Work could be old-fashioned physical work, like a plumber for example, or brain power work if you have an office job. Obviously, there are pros and cons to creating wealth with your labor. First, because the only way to increase your income is to work more hours, and there are only so many hours in a day you can work, so there is an obvious glass ceiling. Increasing and multiplying your income is going to be very hard this way. On the other hand, this is a great method if you are just starting out on your wealth building journey, because even though you can't work for endless hours per day, the only thing you'll always have is your time and your skills. And for as long as someone pays you for it, you can create wealth for yourself. Not to mention, you don't have to bear the risk of an entrepreneurial venture. You simply do the work and get paid, and if the company fails to make a profit at the end of the day, you will still get paid for your labor. Well, the problem arises when you are trading your hours for only a few measly dollars. So here are a few tips for you to create even more wealth with your work. First, you could go the obvious route of working more hours and creating yourself as a valuable employee, which would make the probability of getting a raise possible. Or you could try getting a side job. Secondly, you could upgrade your qualifications by getting a college degree or master's, going to a trade school, or looking for a promotion within your current organization. The aim is to get paid more per hour. Now, as you can probably tell already, increasing your income when you trade your hours for dollars is almost like fighting an uphill battle, because at the end of the day, you will still have to sacrifice your time. But if that's something you can live with, then do what suits you. If not, then do not despair. I am about to show you a few more ways to build wealth without having to trade your time for money. Number 2, assets. An asset, simply put, is anything that makes you money. An asset is not necessarily your house or your car. If it does not make you money, but instead makes you spend money, it is not an asset, it is a liability. Here's an example to make it clear. Is your house an asset? Well, depends. Let's say you spend $200 per month on utility bills, plus another $200 per month with overall home upkeep, totaling $400 per month in expenses. In this case, your house is not an asset, it is a liability. Now let's pretend you have a few spare guest rooms on your house and you start renting them on Airbnb, and it brings you $600 per month in income. Now your house would generate $600 in income while having $400 in expenses, totaling $200 in positive cash flow. In this case, your house is an asset. Once again, anything that makes you money is an asset. This is the same definition used by Robert Kiyosaki, famously known by his Rich Dad, Poor Dad bestseller. In his own words, rich people acquire assets. The poor and the middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. The thing is, if you want to create wealth, you must have assets. They will bring in consistent and reliable cash flow regardless of how many hours you work in a day, which will help you reach true financial freedom. Acquiring a few positive cash flow assets will be enough to replace your day job. Other types of assets would include real estate properties, bonds, and dividend stocks. Now, each one of them has its pros and cons. One may be riskier than the other, or may require that you spend a little more of your time micromanaging things, and whatever you choose to invest in will obviously depend on your risk profile and how much time you are willing to spend managing your assets. For example, maybe you don't want to spend time managing your portfolio. You just want to buy it and forget about it. Then probably dividend stocks would be a good investment for you. Or maybe you are a little bit more risk averse and prefer to play things safe, so you could choose to invest in CDs. Obviously, there is no right or wrong answer. As long as it brings you positive cash flow and fits your profile, it's okay. 3. Capital appreciation. Well, capital appreciation is simply when you buy something that becomes more valuable over time. In other words, the good and old buy low and sell high is an awesome way to build your nest egg. You could buy a stock, real estate property, or even gold. Now, it does not necessarily have to bring you positive cash flow right away. For example, a gold bullion will not generate cash flow for you when it is in your possession. You will only make money when you sell it for a higher price than when you bought it. On the other hand, real estate property can also generate money when you sell it. Now, capital appreciation is a very passive way to create wealth. All you have to do is buy and wait for said goods to appreciate, but you have to put in a little bit of work beforehand, mostly in the form of research, and that's because your timing is the most important thing when you are buying low and selling high. You have to know exactly how your investment vehicle works, and what could push its price upwards. Whatever the investment vehicle you choose, you should do a lot of research on it. And with any investments, there is always a little bit of risk involved if you want to build wealth this way. Number 4, innovation. Innovation is when you create something from nothing using only your creative skills. It could be music, an app, software, or even a patent. The marketplace clearly rewards innovation and great ideas. Just take a look at Google and Microsoft if you don't believe me. Now, the beauty of innovation is that in most cases, you need nothing more than your creative skills. Most of the time, you don't need big overhead costs, a team of PhDs, or a huge and fancy office. Again, Google and Microsoft were created in a garage with nothing more than a few talented individuals. There are a lot of ways to create value with nothing but your creative knack. But how you choose to do so will obviously depend on your skills. Maybe you are a programmer, so you could make a software that will somehow help business people. Or maybe you are an artist and you will entertain people with your performance. Or you are an inventive engineer and you come up with a new technology to be patented. As long as people value it somehow, either by finding it entertaining or useful, you can make money with it. Now, to figure out how you can create wealth this way, what are your current skills? And how can you create value with them? And if you don't have one yet, what skills would you like to develop? Then simply find a way to turn it into something that people would value somehow. If you love what you do, you can create wealth from it without ever working a day in your life. Number 5, saving. I know that saving money is not an exciting method of wealth building. There is no adrenaline rush or excitement when you put your money to rest, but you just can't overlook it, because if you don't save, you will never be able to invest nor take advantage of the other wealth-building methods I have talked about in this video. Not to mention, a savings account to fall back on will allow you to take risks without having to bet the farm. Savings also leaves you afloat in case things do not go your way. But it is very easy to forget about saving money at the end of the month. It's probably because our human nature does not like to delay gratification. We just don't see any point in setting aside a small part of our income every month. But even if you save only a little bit per month, over time it can become a huge amount of money. That's the magic of compound interest. And if you always have trouble saving money, here is a tip that can help you. Pay yourself first. I took this tip straight from the famous book, The Richest Man in Babylon. We pay the government taxes, we pay the banks and credit card companies, and we pay everyone else first. But by the end of the month, the money has already dried up and there's nothing left to pay ourselves. This cycle is likely to continue on and on until we need money for an emergency. But alas, we have none. And here is an interesting quote from the book that sums up everything. You pay to everyone but yourself, might as well be a slave. Which is, unfortunately, exactly what happens to most of us. So, pay yourself first and set aside your desired amount of savings, be it 10%, 20%, or even 40% in case you are a hardcore saver. Pay yourself first, even if you need to set up automatic savings on your account. Don't forget that the more you save now, the more you can invest later. This will help you build your wealth in the long run. Watching this video, you've just learned some ways on how wealth is created and also how you can create it for yourself. How are you going to use what you've just learned to increase your income and finally achieve your well-deserved financial freedom? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.